That was a 6, right?
But we're just going to play some video, okay?
Yeah.
You hear us? Yeah. You okay?
Got it figured out, fellas?
Getting there. All right, I think I'm there. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Down and Dirty with the Badger State Tractor Pullers with Greg Elsing and myself. And we got the guys from the Sauk County Fair tonight. Introduce yourselves.
Scott and Dan, can you hear us?
You got to unmute. I think there's a mute on your phone. You got to unmute it. Yes, you're muted.
Babe, you're on the phone. There you go.
Oh,
There you go.
told you, I'm not one of these computer
Here
geeks.
to help.
Right.
We all
You
need
look-
Can you
help.
hear us now?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay, good.
You want to introduce yourselves, guys?
Scott Zerzo and Dan Greenwood.
Scott, move over a little closer to Dan.
Really? I don't like him that much.
All we see is Dan.
That's all right.
All right. All right. Well, we got Dan and Scott from the Sauk County Fair Board. Two of the how many members you got on your fair board usually?
There's 11 of us.
11 of us. Well, we got two of you here tonight, and tell us a little bit about help. We'll talk about helping you guys help out with the Children's Hospital poll and your fair poll, and go through that tonight a little bit. You got any questions for him right away, John?
How many years you guys been serving on the Fair Board?
Oh, geez. A long time. Probably close to 28 years, I think. I'm at
Wow.
15, I believe.
All right.
Well, that's a long time. That's
Scott,
a lot of effort into county fair and a lot of time, and it
Mhm.
shows you guys a great fair.
Yep.
We hope so. We try.
Well, I live in Sauk County, and you guys have done a lot of improvements to the fairgrounds here. What was one of your biggest projects here lately?
Well, we've had a couple of big projects. One was getting our grandstands redone. And the other one was moving that pole, so we have two good pulling tracks. So we're using two sleds. New building. We put up a new building this last year. We're putting some new clay on the track this year. And I mean, there's always something to do. So
Yep.
Trying to get more LED lighting around there too. We did 2 poles with LED lighting, and that really works out great.
that's our next project for this spring, is to get the rest of them done.
All right. Perfect. But
Yes,
the new
yeah,
buildings for the fair, that was a whole cattle, or was that a show ring, or what all did you put up?
It's a multi-use. It's hogs, sheep, goats, exotics. So it's one big building with a show ring in the middle.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, it's pretty impressive if people haven't been around to see it. You know, and the COVID year, you guys did pretty well getting funds from the government there. That helped out a lot.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's basically how we got it built, to tell you the truth. We had
Yeah.
we did some grants, and them grants were Pacific money, so you had to use them for Pacific use. And building the new building was the use that we had chose. So
All right. A lot of paperwork with that, or do you guys do it yourself, or who did that?
lots of paperwork.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but well, that paid off in the end, didn't it?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
sure did.
Yeah.
So, John, you got anything else for questions right now?
yeah. What other entertainment you guys have at the fair at your normal Sauk County Fair?
Tuesday night we got our farm and antique tractor pull. Wednesday nights we've got the Dweebs this year in the beer stand. It's a free show for anybody that wants to come. We try and encourage the kids to come over because they very kids interactive. It's a great band. Thursday nights ATV races. Friday nights you guys Saturday night's Scotty McCreary this year. And Sunday we have a clean out the beer stand day.
Yep, I've been there for that. That's a lot. That's the day after Darlington for us, though. So it's hard to prepare for it. You know, two nights in a row, Sauk County and then Lafayette County. That's a rough weekend. Yep.
Clean out the beer stand. Yeah, that sounds like a good time.
Right.
It is.
Tell them what you do there.
What's that?
Tell them what the clean out the beer stand is.
$2 beers until we run out, but sometimes they just keep getting opened. Sit and watch the carnival tear down.
Yep. So tell us a little bit about why you guys got involved and how we got involved in working together for the Children's Hospital, the benefit pull on this year on June 10th. I had troubles in Sauk here for the COVID year there. And I called Scott and Dan up and they jumped right on board and said, yeah, we'll do it up here. And we moved it up there and we're probably never going to leave. It's a better facility, 2 tracks, and all the classes can be there.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
The stands have been full every year we've done it there, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, even with a little bit of rain last year, we still did all
Yeah.
right. So,
Yeah.
Right.
we've got a lot of good help. Luther Farms, of course, Randy and his crew, and Marcia. They do a great job of helping us get ready for all of our events, whether it's the Children's Hospital event or the fair. So they're a big part of what we do.
Deppies too.
And Deppy's very, very big supporters. So we've got really good people out there that help us get ready for this. And it wouldn't be possible with some of them without some of them people. It's a big task for sure. We're going to do one of our improvements this year. We're going to move that whereas you drive in the east end of the fairgrounds, we're going to get rid of that booth there and get rid of them loading docks and move them out of the way so semis have more of a straight shot in there. They don't have to crank so hard. So that's
Yep.
one of the things we're going to do this spring is get rid of that.
We're hoping to do an enter exit lane there too. So we'll cut in another driveway. The city will cut the curb for us and have 2 lanes so that you're not waiting for cars to come out when you guys are coming in all the time. It gets really congested out there. So
It does.
trying to streamline things.
Right. It's a small street to get a truck turned in off of there.
Mhm.
And cars
Right.
parked up there. That makes it pretty tough. You get a bigger driveway, it'll be a lot better.
Yeah. So we're gonna that's our main thing that you're gonna see this spring for the first poll. So
Okay.
I
Perfect.
don't know if we'll have the driveway cut in yet by then, but I'm really hoping by the fair that we're able to have that in.
yeah, we're definitely gonna have it cut in by the fair, but we will have that booth moved and the loading docks out of there before the UW or the Children's Hospital poll. So
Okay. Perfect. We got good weather for it lined up this year.
sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even yeah. So
Email Mother Nature, you got them sent out and signed, and yeah. When's the Sauk Fair? The 10th is the Children's Hospital poll. But when is the Sauk County Fair?
It's 10th through the
July 10th to the 16th.
July 10th through the 7th or
16th.
16th. Yeah.
who
Yeah.
all do you have lined up for sponsors for the fair there this year?
Oh, sponsorship. Come here.
Right?
Sponsorship coordinator standing right here. So
What kind of sponsors you got for this year?
Oh, still looking for some big ones.
Right.
But we have all of our local businesses that always help us out. They're just doing wonderful. Ho Chunk is normally one of our big sponsors, Budweiser, and the Luther's, Deppy's, Scenic Bluff Equipment. We've got
Mamas.
yes, everybody. We try to get everybody in Sauk County, not just Baraboo. Not just
Right.
Baraboo. We need everybody in Sauk County to have their support and get their support. And they're all still coming in.
Good.
But they're coming good this year
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
Well, Budweiser, you have to watch that now. You know, they're losing a big market share. Make sure they stick good to their word. I don't know what on the stock market, stock exchange. See what happened.
Oh,
Yeah.
What time?
Too
What
much.
time everything start there for the tractor pull and Scotty McCurry and all that?
Well, Scotty McCreary he'll go on stage at approximately 8:30. We've got an opening act, and then he'll go on about 8:30. And normally he's done right around 10 o'clock. You know, the big act is usually done there. I do believe Badger State, we're starting you guys at what, 6:30?
Yep, 6 or 6:30.
yeah. I thought we backed it up a biscuit. Yeah.
Yeah, because we got the 2 tracks and 2 sleds, you know, so we'll move it along pretty fast.
Yep.
And then the other events, most of them start, you know, pretty much at 7 o'clock throughout the week.
Okay.
So
Well, the 4-wheeler race, that just involves some local people coming in and racing, or do you have a club come in, or what do you do?
It's Southern Wisconsin Ice Racing Association. It's a Southern Wisconsin club, just kind of like you guys, you know, and they come in and they put on a good show.
Yep, I've heard that. Do they have
Mhm.
do they have local classes though for people to come in and race or not?
Oh yeah, they've
Yeah.
got everything. They've got peewee classes. They've got amateur classes, stuff like that.
And they
They put on
also,
a good show.
do they race side by sides there too, or just 4-wheeler?
Yeah,
yeah.
That's pretty cool.
yeah. There's
They've-
been some pretty good wrecks in the side by side.
And they've got, you know, the younger kids too. So it's a
Mhm.
pretty big family thing. So
Then they do
Good.
the dads on the little 50cc quads of the kids, and then they race. It's a good time to watch them.
Yeah. Yep. How many cattle do you get at the fair to show usually? Or do you know?
I think we weighed in close to 80, and we'll probably get around
Steers, yeah.
70-ish, probably
Market steers, but
market steers.
like your dairy, oh boy, there's got to be 150 dairy.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
From
they got a
We're-
good dairy show.
We haven't, you know, we'll be full again this year, which is really good for the area, you know, but
Yep.
Good
So
to
it sounds
see
like
all
we'll be
the
full.
kids-
yep.
All
So,
about
John,
the
you-
kids and involved.
Go ahead.
The showing is,
Yeah,
like I said,
I
it's all
mean-
about getting them involved and teaching
Oh, yeah.
them and raise them in farms. It's all good stuff. How to be good competitors and you know, you make a lot of new friends doing that stuff too. 4-H and FFA and all that. It's all great for them.
Work ethic is the big thing.
Yep, they can learn a pretty good discipline work ethic when they're working with them animals.
It is. It's a lot of work. Horses, you get a lot of horses up there for show too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we must have. I think we probably have around 30 horses.
Okay.
Mhm.
You know, Stacy Butson, they're
We haven't
Greg,
seen any of our
his
numbers
daughter-
drop.
Oh, really?
What's that?
Good.
Stacy Butson, who announces as well, his daughter had a horse too, and the one time he was at a horse show, and I told him that he could announce the horse show, and I just told him, trot your horses, please, you know, cannery horses. He said, yeah, that's what they do. I said, well, get up there. I said, you can announce.
We've been working over in the grandstand area when they'll have weekend shows, and that's all you hear is walk your horse,
Trot your horse.
your horse, walk your horse, trot your horse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
We'll try that here at the Children's Hospital pull here with the big horse.
Yep.
What?
What's that?
I said, we'll have to try that this year with the big horsepower at the Children's Hospital pull.
Right. Make everybody in my class trot or walk. I'm going to trot. Let me trot.
Okay.
Take her outside if you can.
Right?
We'll see what we can do, Greg. You got to pay attention, though.
Okay. That's hard for me to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all good.
So what made you guys decide to go with the Badger State Tractor Pullers here? How many years have we been up with you guys? Probably 10, 12 years now?
Oh, easily, yeah.
Yeah.
All of that. You know, what was it that brought you to us or us to you or however you want to say it?
Well, I think the biggest thing is we just wanted to step up what we were doing. Nothing against the PI Motorsports Group, but we just wanted to get to that next level. We just felt we were there, and we just felt that we needed to step it up. And we, by going with you guys, I mean, we had to change our day. Normally we were on a Saturday night and we had to go to a Friday night in order to get you guys, but we were willing to make that change. But I think all in all, I think that was the biggest thing is just, stepping up our show a little bit.
Right. It does
Always
cost
looking to improve.
Yeah, it's what it does. If you've got room for improvement. Now the second track, I think, is really going to be a big deal for you guys at the fair. We've done it 2 years or so at the Children's Hospital event, but
Right.
I think the fair that'll really help out and get the people back into the the carnival and beer tent or wherever you want to put, afterwards. If it gets over too late, don't do that.
You know as well as I do, Greg, after about 3 hours, there isn't too many people sitting in them seats anymore, 3 hours is about the extent of it.
That's a good showtime.
And when you're running 2 tracks, I mean, there's always something going on, which is what people want to see.
Right.
So
Yeah, you keep the action moving. The show keeps moving. They're not getting bored and looking away.
I think you guys have one of the best track crews too, as far as grooming the track and keeping it ready and speed and moving things along that we work with. I mean, but the guys that are doing it have been around it a long time.
Yeah. Give a big shout out to Ben Turner. I mean, he's probably one of our better guys that knows what he's doing. And he works good with Randy and everybody else. So, and he's put together a pretty good track crew, and most of them guys come back year after year. So it's not like we're training new people every year. So.
Right. Well, Ben,
even last year with the rain, at the Children's Hospital pull, you guys took care of that track and got it whipped into shape. And that was a horsepower track. And that was a lot of fun. I always loved it. You guys got a great facility and a great pulling track up there.
Yep.
If there's any other questions watching, we got the Sauk County guys on here from the Sauk County Fair Board. So if you have any questions, put them on the screen here and we'll ask them for you. And we did see Dean Monty watching tonight. So Dean enjoys American Family Children's Hospital polls. So thanks for mentioning that, Dean.
Yep. And the fair board has always gotten it done and had a good time in the beer tent after that too. You got Tommy Lower's band in there on Friday night.
Yes. Yep.
What high mileage is what they're called. It's a bunch of old guys. I knew Tommy when he was 6 or 8 years old, all his life. I can't sing. I never.
They do a good job.
Yeah, they do. We got good bands every night.
Yeah. And you guys usually your country music on Saturday nights has been getting bigger names in there too, right? And that's been working out, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's getting expensive though.
It is. Everything is though, right?
Yeah.
What do you do? But
right.
I was going to tell the story about it. I was at the fair convention, 32 years ago. And I always wanted to talk to the Sauk County Fair Board, and see if we could get something done there. And man, for 10 years, I never seen anybody from the Sauk County Fair Board there. And finally, one morning, I was down there in breakfast, and Dick Bailey walked through, and I said, "Dick, you guys are here." "Oh, we're here every year." I said, "Well, why aren't you down here? Why don't you come talk to us?" "Oh, we're playing cards in the room." That's all they did. Trying to say here. I'm glad
to hunt them down.
What's that?
Yeah.
Was it
They
Pete
just-
who all them guys were on it back then?
Mm-hmm.
I think, yeah. Yep. I remember
Yeah.
all that.
They just did the same old thing every year, you
Mhm.
know?
Yep. And it was kind of going downhill too, right?
Right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And I was glad to see you guys get on there, and you're one of the more aggressive fair boards, and at the fair convention, for sure you are, at the auction and the other stuff we do. I mean, I know it's all appreciated by everybody that's out there that knows what I'm talking about, but it goes a long ways for everything, don't it?
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
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 Yep. And even for our deal with the fair for the Children's Hospital pull is you guys take care of the beer and sell it and all that, and we do the food and the gate, right? Yep. And
Yep. Yep.
even like I don't for sure remember last year, but I know the first year you guys gave $3,000 back, and that's about all you ever really make on beer, right?
Pretty
Pretty big.
much. We gave that same amount again this year.
Mhm.
You know, we'll step it up if you know, if we can.
Right.
But we,
Right.
you know, that beer money that we keep back is, you know, pays for the facility and pays for the lights and electricity, and you know,
Yep. And
there's
you
a cost to everything. So
Yeah, and you guys cover the insurance for the grounds too, and you're
Yep.
insured. We're insured. We both buy insurance, but I mean that's an added
Yep.
cost,
Mhm.
you know. And you got just stuff to do to maintain the bleachers and stuff and clean everything up. It's a big deal.
right.
Yeah, it can get to be a real job when you're an ag society and not a county-owned grounds, because then we have to provide for everything, you know.
Yeah, we
Right.
don't get much support from the county. We do get some money from them, but you know, the money that we get from them doesn't pay for a lot.
Pretty much
Right.
covers the premiums.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, that ain't much then. I've seen the
But anything
premiums.
helps.
Yeah, it does. It does. They could, step it up a little bit. We got to get somebody on that county board, right?
Yeah, we've lost a lot of, and I shouldn't say that. I mean, there's been a lot of support on the county board
Oh,
over
yeah.
the years. And right now we still have some pretty good support.
Mm-hmm.
What we're missing is that egg based person, you know. Most of them on there now, you know, they know about farms, but they're not the farmer, you know.
Right.
So, but they support us pretty good. I mean, whenever we go to talk to them and stuff, they're very receptive and stuff. You know, and we got to kind of give a shout out to the city of Baraboo too.
Yeah,
They're
for sure.
very, very supportive of us. They've always been there when we need them. And they work with us very well. I mean, they allow us to run after our time if we have to get the show done. You know, we try and respect, you know, the neighbors and stuff also. But if we do have a rain delay, I mean, we've never not finished the show.
Mhm.
So
Right. I don't think there's ever been a lot of complaints from people when we were late there for rain or anything.
No.
We don't
No.
hear anything. No, people
No.
understand. It's the fair.
Yeah.
You
Mhm.
bought a house at the fairgrounds. How long has the fairgrounds been there?
Actually, the fairgrounds started out as 40 acres, so a lot of them houses were on fair property at one time.
Yeah.
Like-
We've been there, I think, 169 years. I think we're
Really?
going to celebrate 170 next year. I think it's next year. Pretty close.
Really?
Scott
That's
was
a
there
long
for the first one.
Yeah.
I remember that. Boy, that was a hot summer.
Right?
You
Yeah.
Actually,
very human.
the Sauk,
You know, that bus
the
ride
Sauk County
down,
Fair
that was
started at the downtown Baraboo,
Yeah, it was on the square.
on the square down in Baraboo. Yeah.
Well, was Circus World there then too at the same time or not?
Circus World's been there longer, I do believe. I think. No, I don't think so. I would have to look back now.
I'm not exactly sure
130.
when they started.
Yeah, I'd have to look back on that.
Okay. John, you got anything?
Yeah, you guys have been working together with this, and it takes a good group just to even put the fair together. And Is there other organizations that help you guys out? I know, like for the American Family Children's Hospital, I think you guys are part of a snowmobile club or ATV club that help out. Is that true? Am I right there? Or am I?
Yeah, there's an ATV club helps serve food. We've got several organizations like that. We have for our beer sales, we have nonprofits sell our beer and that, and we've got Sauk County Snowmobile Club, Sauk County Snowmobile Association, and then Schwartz's Club. What's that one?
Honey Creek.
Honey Creek is selling. We've got Bar Buddies. We've got several different organizations that help us out. They help us with ticket sales. They help us with parking. They help us with grandstand watching, everything. And we're always looking for more.
Each night a different club comes in and helps out, like with stuff, right? Or is that
Yeah.
each get a night?
Yeah.
And then we donate back to them,
Yeah.
you know, so.
Yep. That helps out. And then for the hospital event, was it the Greenfield Cookers or something? Where do they call themselves?
Oh,
Yeah.
Fairfield Pig Cookers.
Yeah.
Fairfield Pig Cookers. Yeah, that's what it is.
No, the pickled pig cookers.
Yeah, because they are drunk all the time.
Right.
They do a good job. Yeah.
They do.
Yeah, they've got it's the Shane Offs, Shoshati Plumbing, who's also a big supporter of the fair. They do a lot of work for us and help us out. So Steele's up by Lake Delton, they help with the cooking and that for the Children's Hospital pool. Who else is on there? There's a bunch of
There's
them.
a bunch of them out there.
John Newman from Scenic Bluffs Equipment is helping a lot with the cooking.
Yeah. Does Randy help out a little bit too, Newman, with they changed the name of his business now. What's it called?
No, Central Dairy Supply, isn't it?
No, it's Central Ag.
Central Ag.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, he helps out. He always has. He's been on the board.
he was on the fair board for a while.
Mm-hmm.
He helps with the
Circus
equipment.
World opened in 1884.
1884.
Yeah.
He months. He's juggling on
Yeah.
his flip phone.
Dean looked it up.
Thanks, Dean. Thanks, Dean.
They still got a couple clowns there from that opening day, I think.
Right.
You know, at the Badger State banquet, as soon as the banquet part's done, they change their name there too. It's the Pickled Truck and Tractor Pullers Association.
Right. Yeah.
There's a lot.
I don't have a whole lot more questions. Unless you guys got something you want to talk about.
No, just looking forward to the children's poll and Children's Hospital poll and again to the fair. And again, we're up for any suggestions. And we'll try and do our best to get them done.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Trying to get live Wi-Fi over to the beer stand. We've got Wi-Fi there, but it's not real strong. So I'm going to see if I can't get cable run to the beer stand this year. And then we've got to run it to our show buildings so they can work their tablets. They keep track of everything nowadays on the tablets for the show placements and all that. So another project we're working on.
Tell them part of the reason you want to get to the beer tent is so you can have a TV in there to watch the show.
Yeah.
We'd like to try and do that this year because we're going to do the same thing. We're going to leave the side of the beer tent open and people can sit in there and watch and stuff. I think that worked out pretty good. So
Yep. That's more seating and that's where some people want to hang out, right?
yeah.
Yeah, well, it's shaded and
You know, I mean, if there was a big TV in there, I think you'd see the majority of people just sitting in there hanging out. So,
and it's right next to the beer sales. So why wouldn't you?
Right. Too.
You guys have a website set up for the Sauk County Fair that people can go to?
Yep. Was it Sauk County Fair.net?
no, .com.
.com.
SaukCountyFair.com, I do believe.
Facebook, I think they're on some of them other
Facebook too?
things. Twitter, and I don't even know what that stuff is, but Instagram.
You got it
You're
all.
lucky you got us to figure this out.
I'm asking all the tough questions tonight, boys.
Yep.
We're just putting them out.
Yep. Well, I'm out of
That's
questions.
good.
All right, guys. Well, appreciate you having us on, and have a good rest of the evening.
Right. I want to thank you for everything you do for us. And, thanks for hiring us for the fair and everything else. We love working with you guys.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Bye.
See you later.
Yep.
All the fans, we're working on some of our videos here from our shop tours. We'll be working on them and getting them on here in the next couple of weeks. So Chandler and the boys at Beer Money are working on that. We've got 6 or 7, I think, in the chute to get ironed out, and we'll be getting at that. And hopefully here the weather straightens out, get rid of this dang snow, so all you farmers can get your farming done.
Right. We've got another show. I talked to a guy today. We're going to go do a video at his place too, Chris Feller. And that's going to be a really interesting one too, with his Sussex machine. And he's got his Caterpillar tractor, a cat engine tractor. It's good. Something you're going to want to see when we get that done. I don't know when we're going to have it there, but that tractor is going to be something special too. So just get.
We got a bunch lined up. We went to Al Paulson's, and we got John Holders, Jared Ripp, the Wildmans. We went to Lemke. So
Chuck Gutenberg.
Chuck Ginsberg. Yep. So we got a bunch of them to get lined up, and we like to thank a lot of our sponsors too: Budweiser and Sussex Machine, and Luther Farms help out. Triangle Tools one. Scenic Bluff, that's one that helps out with this. Also, Kwame Insurance is a big one that helps out every year too, and boy, they come to the banquet and help us out there as well. So, what's some other ones, Greg, off the top of your head?
Casper's a direct sponsor of the show here too. Casper Ag.
Casper Ag, yeah. Also helping us out. So, anybody else too that's wanting to help sponsor the Down and Dirty with the Badger State Tractor Pullers, we welcome that. And as we're trying to get out and get some more and more done, and then once we get into pulling season, we'll be talking about our pulls and recapping pulls and winners and see how the old point circuit shakes out as we got, what is there, like 28 hooks or so this year already, 28, 30 lined up?
28, I believe, 26 or 28. Yep. We lost a couple because of a couple scheduling things, but we picked up a couple new ones too. So we should be good to go. It'll be
a fun season. So all the pullers that had things tore apart are working on getting things put together, and we're at the shops where guys are working on stuff. Some had them tore down all the way and regrouping and making some changes. So it should be a real interesting summer.
The shop tour thing is tough too, because you can call a guy and he wants to do it, because no, I got to clean my shop before you come. Well,
yeah. Whose shop is clean?
Yeah, whose shop you work in? Another one that's really cool too, and we get it done, is Mike Everson's. I think when we get a show done there, that'll be a cool shop tour too, just for his business and where his shop is at his house. Are both really different things in the machining business that you don't see. So
Adam Stevens asked, is there a finalized pulling schedule yet, Greg?
It's on our website. Every contract we have back is on there. I don't put them on there until they're signed. That's why they're not there, because some organization will put that up there and you'll make your schedule for that. And they really didn't get that. Well, I want to make sure we have a signed contract back when I put them on the website. They're done, signed, sealed, and delivered.
Morgan Schulte said you should interview Randy and Troy Bader. Well, one of these days, we want to get to everybody's shop that pulls with Badger State and then some. We got a lot of places. We got a bucket list already, Greg and I want to go do, and it's going to take some time. There's a lot of pullers and a lot of people that help us out with Badger State. So this is going to be an ongoing thing with a lot of shows for a long time.
We even have a plan to go to Missouri and Iowa and tour a couple of sled shops too. We've talked to guys. We just have to. That's a weekend. That's a full committed weekend to go do that.
Yeah. So it takes time, and it takes time to do what we have been doing, and it takes time for Chandler to get them all organized too. We want to make the show good, and this is a work in progress. So if you got any suggestions, things you'd like to see, or anything, let us know. Shoot us a message. Morgan Schultz, you want to know about any new classes with Badger State?
Nothing new this year. But the one thing we're going to have new up in Mackville this year that we've never had come pull with us is the light pros from the Silver Series. You know, there'll be a bunch of tractors from the East Coast coming up there. And I think that's going to be a really, really cool show with them guys. You know, and I think Roger Baum might have his tractor done by then. I don't know for sure. Not if Roger's on or Whalen or any of you guys are watching there, if you can throw on there if the tractor will be there or not, that'd be interesting to, if you run that across the bottom here, so we'd know, that'd be great. But you're going to see some stuff up there that you won't see anywhere else in Wisconsin. That'll be the only time you'll ever see them. They won't hear any other time.
Yeah, and Mackville is such a great pull. And for those of you who've never been to Mackville, it's actually a fundraiser for the Catholic Church there in Mackville. It's a little 4-way stop, basically, not even a 4-way stop, 2-way stop there. Yep. And it's just huge. There's a 300-foot long beer tent. They run bands in both nights. It's just a great event. A lot of fun. Pulling Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, and I think they have antiques and stuff on Sunday as well.
They do. So
great.
Other than that, schedule's pretty much the same. Chopier's a new one we added, and
Dubuque.
What's that? Dubuque, yes.
Dubuque.
Oh, too. That'll really be a good one too. You know, I'm sure we'll get some tractors down there that we don't see anywhere else, with us for the year too.
Yeah, that's fun, right? East Central Iowa's back door there, and probably see a few of them guys roll in and play, and that's fun. That's fun to go to different places and mix with different organizations, and it helps both out, And it's, some of the guys are close to hometown and get another chance to have another hook for the season and to be able to hook with some different guys and see how their iron is versus ours, and it's just a lot of fun.
Yeah, and I believe down there we have two-wheel drive trucks, Super Farm, Limited Pro, and Pro Stock. So that'll be a pretty good show too. And I'm sure hopefully you'll get the Simon boys there and a few other guys out there. So
is that during the fair, Greg?
Yes, that's during the fair. Jason Round will be there. I'm sure he's a Badger State member, and I'm trying to think anybody else. Gary and Dan Schulte will be there, I would imagine, with their Super Farm. You will see some tractors we don't see normally at that one. Great. But all our classes have good numbers this year as far as the sign up and the membership. If they all keep running all year, we're going to be really, really, we're going to come really well heeled for them shows.
Yeah, that's awesome. And the more the merrier, the welcome mat's always out. If you want to come pull, come on up. We're always there, and it's a lot of fun, great family environment. So,
yep. And we're going to do a few more promoters and sponsors, on here, so they get some time on here, get a few minutes. But we want to get more back into the shop tours because I know that's what everybody wants to see. And we have 6 or 7 of them done. And I think Chandler's going to get on it this week and get them edited. It takes us 4 or 5 hours to record the show. And I think it takes Chandler anywhere from 6 to 8 to, get it ready. Edit it.
Yep. So we can fit it in this hour time frame here and get the people on and ask questions and still get to see and do it justice. And some of them, I think we could have a lot longer than that with the information we got. And who knows, maybe we'll go through and change some, and maybe we'll do a couple special shows somewhere or something. I don't know. It's kind of wide open.
Well, what kind of held us up here, John, as I do, we recorded them on my phone and we couldn't get them to transfer, and we didn't want to delete them. It took us a lot of work to get them to transfer. But now, thanks to Ed Casper and his sponsorship, we have a real camera now. It'll be a lot better.
Yeah. So
things
will progress.
Yep.
Things will progress. But I think we're getting close to the end time here. Is they're going to be getting the Beer Money show going on tonight too. So thank all you fans that watch week after week. More stuff coming, more shop tour stuff coming, and we'll see you next Monday night.
That we will. Thank you, John.
All right, everybody, have a good night, and thanks again.
Thanks again. Thanks for watching.
Good night.
Bye.